hate kids. I just always feel uncomfortable around them, you know? I'm never sure how to hold a conversation with them, and they're always just watching you, copying your every move. Especially the really little ones. It's like they're tape recorders that just record and then play back what happens around them. I can't be the only one who finds that kind of strange and unnerving, right? Well, anyway, that being said, you're probably wondering how and why the heck I agreed to watch two little kids for a family I barely even freaking know. Damn it if I know. I mean, yeah, my buddy helped me out big time when my car died a couple weeks ago, but I would have rather repaid him in literally any other way than by helping a family he knows. Come on, man, he said. They really need the help, and to be honest, that family has always creeped me out, so if you could help me on this, we'll be even. As if that was supposed to make me feel better? I was reluctant as hell, but I eventually had to agree. I mean, I had to repay the favor somehow. So I show up at the house, and as soon as I walk up to the front door, it busts open, and the father, clearly very drunken, rips outside and demands my car keys. I was aghast at first and refused, and he got quite mad, starting to yell at me. "You're here to sit the damn kids, right?" he slurred. "You don't need the car, just give it to me." I stammered, glancing around nervously for anyone who could help me. This guy was huge and burly and had this demented look about him. Unfortunately, the houses were very spread apart, and I doubted anyone would have heard me if I tried to scream. Fearing for my life, I offered up the keys and sheepishly said, "Man, I'm gonna need, double pay or something for this." "Yeah, sure, double pay, whatever the fuck you say, man," the guy cried, twisting the keys out of my hand and making a run for my car, jumping in and speeding off into the night. I stood dumbfounded for a minute or two before shaking my head to clear my thoughts and finally walking inside. The kids were in the kitchen, a pot of spaghetti left on the stove, the water boiling over. The mother had said that I wouldn't have to worry about fixing dinner, but she clearly wasn't here and dinner sure as hell wasn't fully prepared. I rolled my eyes and awkwardly said hi to the two little kids. One was 11 months old and the other just under 6 months. They both looked strange. I'm sorry if that sounds cruel, but they were just staring straight ahead, not even acknowledging that I was there. I quickly finished making the spaghetti and sat down facing the two kids, which were strapped into their booster seats. I cut up the spaghetti into little tiny pieces and gave each of them a small bowl. Neither of them touched the food at first, but after embarrassing myself for a good 20 minutes by making silly faces and acting goofy, the 11-month-old slowly warmed up to me and stopped just staring off into space. As I tried to nudge his bowl towards him, he suddenly grabbed my plate of spaghetti and sauce and threw it up to the ceiling. "Whoa," I cried. "Hey now, why'd you do that?" The spaghetti hit a chandelier overhead and got tangled in it, sticking to it and remaining up there, dripping sauce onto the floor. "Mommy," the kid cried, pointing at the spaghetti. "Come on, man," I said to the kid, trying to keep my temper down. "You really shouldn't have done that. That was my dinner." "Mommy," he repeated, waggling his finger at the chandelier. I sighed and, standing on a chair, started cleaning up the mess. See, that's what I'm talking about. Kids just don't make any damn sense, and there's just no way to reason with them. We quickly finished up dinner after that, and soon after, I put the kids to bed in their cribs. Yawning heavily, I began walking to the parents' room. They had said I could use their room, and I wasn't going to argue with a nice comfortable bed at this hour of the night. The door to the room was closed, but just as I put my hand on the handle, the phone rang. Sighing, I walked over to it and picked it up. "Jonathan?" a voice said. "Yep, that's me," I said back. "Who is this?" "This is Mr. Everidge, the father," he said. "Is everything going all right? Did Mary show you the ropes?" Rolling my eyes and walking back to the room, I said, "No, sir. She was gone when I got here. And no offense, but you really shouldn't be driving and talking on the phone, especially not with my car." "What?" he said. My hand was on the doorknob, turning the handle as I audibly sighed. "Sir, you were the only one here when I got here, and you took my car." "What?" the voice screamed as I opened the door and flicked on the light. "Jonathan, listen to me. I'm driving back from work right now. I haven't been home all day." I didn't even hear him. I had dropped the phone as I reeled back in horror and tried to hold back the vomit. In the room, on the chandelier above the bed, the mother was strung up by her own intestines, her cold, dead eyes fixed on the doorway where I stood, her entrails looking something like discarded pasta.